Well, hey, howdy, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by to join me today. I really do appreciate it. My name is Ellie, and I'm a witch, and this over here is my teaching assistant, Andy. And today is day 12 of Killmas, which makes it our final day, all in preparation for Christmas tomorrow. Super exciting, and it is actually Christmas Eve. I normally film my videos well in advance, but with all the technical difficulties, today is the day that I'm filming this video. So, super exciting. I'm really excited for this video, and I'm really excited to also talk about the history of Christmas tomorrow. That video I'm going to actually film today as well, just because I will be celebrating my 23rd birthday tomorrow along with Christmas. But I'm really excited. So basically today I'm just going to give you a little bit of the history about 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and then I'm actually going to read it to you. And this is what we're working with, because my parents have a copy of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and we live in different states now. So this is actually the monster at the end of this book, and one of my favorite books. So I just repurposed it. So I'm not going to be turning a lot of pages. I think I'm turning 2 pages, so that is why this is just more of a prop to make the video a little bit more homey. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into talking about the history of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So this book was actually originally a poem written by a man named Clement Clark Moore, and he was a professor and a scholar. Now the poem was originally titled A Visit from St. Nick, and that was then changed to The Night Before Christmas, and later on 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Now he had written the poem for his children, and he read it to them on Christmas Eve of 1822. And then he read it to a friend of his in New York who just loved the poem so much, she submitted it to the Troy Centennial newspaper the very next day without permission. But the poem was published by the newspaper the following year. And then you have the names of the reindeer that have actually been changed throughout the years too. So originally the last 2 reindeer were named Dunder and Blixen, Dunder becoming Donner, and then Blixen becoming Blitzen. So the true author of the poem is disputed by some, as Moore did not publicly claim the poem until 1844 when he added it to a book of his works. Now some claim the true author was Major Henry Livingston Jr., though there is no evidence of that at all. At one point, Moore had actually autographed a copy of the poem for a friend of his, and that copy sold for $280,000 in 2006. Now, there isn't really much else to say about the history of the poem, so let's just jump into my favorite part. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mom in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the lustre of midday to objects below. Then what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the rooftop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkle I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of the pipe that he held in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, and to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.